Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to show you how I set up my in-ground garden. So when you're deciding on setting up your garden, you can do the till method or the no-till method. So I went with the no-till method simply because I don't want to spend the least amount of money as possible. Each method has their own pros and cons. With the no-till method, you save a lot of time, but you'll spend a lot of money because you have to buy materials to kill the grass underneath, and you have to buy compost to cover it up. The till method is a lot cheaper, but you'll spend a lot more time and effort setting up your garden. One of the cons with the till method was my grass came back a lot sooner than expected. It led to that grass retaking the garden. It basically provided a home for all the pests to hide, and they kind of destroyed a lot of my plants. It was a learning experience to say the least. As you can see here, there's a cabbage worm sitting there chilling. So after doing a slight remodel, I decided to try the straw method in the garden. The straw method worked fairly well in keeping the grass out. As you can see, I had a visitor while I was working out in the garden. Anyway, I soon learned that the straw method has some drawbacks as well. I didn't know that the straw had seeds in it. So basically I planted straw seeds all over my garden, and it grew. It grew very well and very fast. I decided to redesign the garden and figure out a way to get rid of the weeds. I also installed a water system because I was watering by hand with the hose the entire time. The new design had 3 to 4 foot rows with about a foot of walking space between each row. I also installed some trellises. The smaller trellis was for my tomatoes, and then I had a larger trellis which I used for other vine fruit like cucumber, honeydew, and other melons. I then covered the entire garden in mulch. The mulch smothers weeds, it looks good, and it constantly feeds your garden. It also helps maintain moisture in your garden. To save time and effort, make sure you plan out your garden. Decide where you want everything to go, especially your permanent plants, trees, and shrubs. Happy growing, guys.